Good morning, everyone. Coach, whenever you're ready.
I'll give guys another couple seconds to get in. They're on.
They just on the camera.
Okay. Real quick, just going to cover one injury. It's Jacob Hansen. He is in the concussion protocol.
Robert, after watching the film, what are your thoughts on how everything went just a few hours ago? Really?
Yeah, no, got a chance obviously to watch it on the plane and again this morning. Pretty much what we thought coming out of the game. Defensively, the first quarter, just a little bit off. It just wasn't like us in terms of from a precision standpoint. Thought offensively that first drive was really good. The pick six was unfortunate, but overall I felt like the offense was moving the ball. Just got to find ways to continue to take advantage of our opportunities in the red zone. But and then special teams wise, obviously the fumble on the kickoff, but on the kickoff return. But overall it was okay.
With that fumble on the kickoff, you kind of changed the personnel there. What was the thinking having Izzy in there?
Yeah, we knew going into the game that Xavier Gipson was going to take a significant amount of reps. And he's been taking a lot of reps on offense. Izzy's been explosive. He's showing a lot of juice. He showed a lot of juice in the Washington game, and we felt like it'd be a good opportunity to get him a rep back there. We gave him some in preseason, and so we wanted to give him a look while, not only take a play off of X, but also to give Izzy an op. But obviously it didn't work out.
Robert, when you look at the penalties overall, you guys now lead the NFL in penalties. You did entering this week. Do you see a common theme there? Do you think it's a lack of discipline? Because that's what fans and media, right? We always kind of point to lack of discipline with penalties. What do you see as the cause there?
No, last year I think we were top 10 in fewest penalties. This year, obviously, it hasn't gone anywhere close to good enough. There's a lot of things that we got to look at because a lot of the things that are happening are pre-snap, and which is an alarming thing. And whether it's we've got to find answers to it. You've got misalignments, you've got offsides, you've got delay games, you've got just a lot of things happening pre-snap that starts with us as coaches, and whether it's our wording, our verbiage, our pacing out of the huddle, our attention to detail, all that, obviously it starts with us.
Robert, with the pass defense, obviously that's been a strength of you guys. Was there just something that it just wasn't clicking last night?
No, you know what? On the first 3rd and 15, we just sunk a little bit too deep in our zones and gave the check down a little bit more space than he needed. The shallow cross, CJ lost his footing. And then obviously the deep crosser that went right over CJ's head. Just to give credit to the quarterback, he put it in a tight window. But overall, coverage-wise, obviously we can be a heck of a lot better. But I do think our guys came out in the second half, played much better, obviously.
How do you think the run defense played last night?
It's a good run team. They always have been. A lot of respect for that O-line coach and the things that he does and the schemes he designs. Obviously, again, in the second half, I thought we were much better in the run versus run. But obviously, first half, it wasn't good enough. It's got to be better. And the thing with the run game is I feel like it, we had a couple of good games in there. Second half in Washington wasn't as good, but same with the first half yesterday, but felt like we got better as the game went on.
Robert, after the Black Friday game, you were talking about Breece Hall, and you said, you'd like to lower his shoulder and get the grimy yards. Well, his rushing production has picked up over the last few weeks, and his receiving production has really picked up. Do you think, is he doing that, like the way he's running, or what do you think's been the turnaround for him?
Yeah, he's one. I do think he's it takes time for these ACL injuries to take some playing time. Remember, he missed all OTAs, he missed all the training camp, just trying to train. So, not to give him an out or anything, but at the same time, I do think I think he's improved so much in terms of just not being satisfied. I want to make sure I'm saying this right, but understanding take what the defense gives, and your athleticism will do the rest. And so he is lowering his shoulder. He is getting vertical. He is being opportunistic in terms of finding lanes and clear space to run through. And he's been doing an awesome job the last few weeks. And he looks awesome, and hopefully he continues to get better.
Just to follow up on that, Robert, I don't have the stats or anything, but it feels like you guys are using him on third down more. Earlier in the year, Carter was the third down back, and then I think Dalvin took over that. Are you guys making a concerted effort to kind of get him in there on third down on passing downs?
Absolutely. He's a threat every time he touches the ball. Obviously in the first half of the year, Michael, to his credit, is a really good all-around back, Michael Carter. But without him here, Brees is he's getting healthy. He's over a year past his ACL injury, and he's doing an awesome job. He's doing an awesome job out of the backfield running the ball, and he's doing an unbelievable job with route running and catching the ball and getting vertical. And he's a mismatch for sure.
Jermain Johnson had a tremendous play. Just talk about, I know we talked about it, talked to you about this in the past, and just the growth and what he's shown you this year. Yeah,
Jermaine's been awesome, man. He's, I feel bad for him because he kind of gets lost in the shuffle of the four picks that we had that get celebrated. It's Sauce and Garrett and Brees, but Jermaine's playing at a Pro Bowl level. He's disruptive. He changes games. He gets after the quarterback. He's awesome in the run game. Playing through so much pain right now. He had that first year where he was kind of hidden behind a really good D-line, and he had an unbelievable offseason, put in a lot of work, and it's so cool just to watch a young man who put in the work that he needed to in the offseason to reap the rewards of his labor. But he's doing a great job, grossly underrated in my opinion, but he's going to be good for a long time.
What were your thoughts on the interception that he had last night?
You got to be a freak to be able to do something like that, and he's got freakish athleticism, instincts. You got to be extremely instinctive. It reminded me of a play Nick Bosa made versus Carolina in 2019. It was a screen play, jumped up, picked it off, ran it back for about 50 yards. Jermaine scored. Bosa, I think he got tackled on the 5, but it's. Freakish athletes make freakish plays, and he's definitely one of those.
Robert, how did Trevor play last night? And is it too early to say he'll start in New England? What are your thoughts there?
I thought Trevor did a really nice job. That's a tough defense to go against, and I thought we moved the ball well. Obviously, he'd want that interception, the interception he threw back. Good scheme design from Cleveland in that regard, but overall, I thought he did a nice job.
Take a couple more, Coach. A couple more.
Robert, do you have any feel for Zach yet? And if Zach is healthy, will he be your quarterback in New England?
We'll see where he's at. He'll definitely be part of the discussion. We just need to get him healthy first.
What do you want to see in this season finale against the Patriots?
Same thing I want to see every week. We've got offensively hidden through, we're winning, losing, we're alternating. So, but through this last 4 or 5 games, take away the Miami game, I feel like our offense is kind of really getting into a little rhythm. Looking like an NFL offense, moving the ball, getting third down conversions and all that good stuff, and just want to see them continue to find ways to get better. A lot of these young guys, Brownlee got significant snaps yesterday, so did Xavier Gipson. Obviously, Garrett's Garrett. He's another 1,000-yard receiver. Brees is improving every day. So, and I thought the O-line did a little bit better yesterday, especially in the run game. So slowly, it's been getting better, which has been promising. Would love to see them finish on a high note and defensively, get back to our standard, get back to who we are. and special teams has been good all year, so continue that.
Robert, with Dalvin Cook, obviously he was a DNP last night. When you have a player of that stature who's obviously going through a role change, how does that conversation go, and how does he handle it, basically?
Dalvin's been great, and I know this has been a hard season for him. It's been a hard season for all of us. I appreciate the heck out of his professionalism and the way he goes about his business and who he is around the building, the support he gives his teammates, the support he gives the running back room, the way he's been working with Izzy, knowing that Izzy's going to get more reps. But it's hard. It's hard. I could only imagine. I haven't played professional football, but being around it, you know when a player's hurting, and I know he's hurting, and but his story's not over. He still has plenty of juice in his legs, and but he's been great.
Are there any more questions for Coach?
Robert, one last thing with back to Jermaine. Did you think that fumble when he recovered and ran back, that should that have been, because it was whistled down? Do you think the play should have kept going? What were your thoughts on that play?
Yeah, no. Typically, the officiating crew is trained to let the play run out, and especially on a questionable turnover play, so that way they can always fix it with review. It's one of those unfortunate events. They blew the whistle.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.